We come from the U.S. We've been separated from our name.
Africans all over the globe have always had a sense of compatibility beyond reasonable doubt. And for the past 10 years now, more and more people have been tracing their African roots through DNA tests, especially from the time well-known celebrities like Oprah Winfrey and Snoop Dogg traced their African roots to Cameroon and South Africa respectively. Recently, Africans in diaspora have been aspiring to join their African brothers in their motherland, but unfortunately for them, lots of odds have been making it look like a far-fetched dream. One of the setbacks was the image they had of Africa. Before the existence of social media, most people in the other parts of the world thought that Africa was uncivilized. This misconception alone made the continent so unattractive to them, as they had well-established and modernized lives overseas. Moreover, most African countries hadn't come up with a clear strategy defining the process of relocating and settling African diasporans that were unjustly separated hundreds of years ago from their motherland. However, in 1957, things started changing. The Ghanaian Pan-African Kwame Nkrumah, after leading Ghana to independence, immediately started advocating for African unity. He tried to get together a couple of African leaders in a bid to discuss the future of Africans home and abroad and see how the misfortune of African separation could be fixed. Despite all these efforts, his attempt still proved futile. One of the things that made his dream so far-fetched was the fact that while Ghana was the first African country to gain independence, other countries were still struggling to gain their independence, which most of them got them only after 1960. Thus, making it impossible for other head of states to see reasons with him at that time, or rather have the same priorities with him at the time. But despite all odds, all hopes were not lost for Africa. Though it took a long time and the initiative almost died down, it was revived in 2001 when the Ghanaian government decided to continue with Kwame's dream and passed the Abode law, which stipulated that anybody of African ancestry in the Americas had the right to stay in Ghana indefinitely. This was a great move that sparked off the zeal of DNA tracing in the US, especially when celebrities joined. Ghana then started implementing that law by 2016 when John Mahama, the former president, restored citizenship to 34 African returnees with established residency. Everything actually skyrocketed in 2019 when Ghana successfully hosted the Year of Return both at home and abroad. This event's splendid success drew Kwame Nkrumah's dream closer to reality. This gave Ghana the energy to extend her warm hands to African Americans and Afro-Caribbeans by the end of 2022, granting citizenship to over 100 of them. If you've been wondering why Ghana is the main country showing a lot of concern and actively involving itself in this whole initiative, you are in the right place, for we will satisfy your curiosity. Actually, Ghana had the biggest slave trade hub during the 18th century, and about 8% of Africans who were transported in the transatlantic slave trade went through the castles in Ghana. Ghana, guilty to have greatly participated in the separation ordeal, is trying as much as she can to repair the damages caused. Therefore, she seizes this opportunity to grant citizenship to anyone in need as a compensation. Many African Americans are eager to visit Africa, but usually don't know how to go about it. The efforts to connect back these people of African origin who had been unjustly disconnected from their roots is one of Ghana's top priorities right now. Another motivating factor is that lots of these diasporans have recently been seeing for themselves on social media that Africa is not what they thought it was. They've seen the progressing civilization of their motherland and the welcoming nature of Africans and are willing to now come back and invest there. Ghana will sure benefit from these investments, as it will probably create more jobs for the youths and contribute to the infrastructural development of the nation. It will also bring about an increase in cash flow and obviously Ghana's GDP. The good thing is that Ghana has made a historic move and has finally made Kwame Nkrumah's wish come true. All the same, let's not lose sight of the fact that the citizenship granting is a win-win for both parties. For the diasporans, finally, will feel fulfilled being back to their motherland and experience that great feeling of belonging, for there's no place like home. We all know that relocating to start a new life in a new place entails a lot, as it's a decision accompanied by uncertainty, and it takes a lot of courage to make that decision. So, just the fact that African Americans and the Caribbeans could take that decision to relocate to Africa says a lot about their long craving for their motherland. Most of them were interviewed and they expressed their happiness to be back home in their motherland.
My African ancestry results, and I got them from my paternal side. And I wanted to take out the time to let my ancestors know that I apologize for what they had to go through. It's a lot. And made it back.
I'm gonna say live your best life. Don't ever be afraid to do anything that's in your heart. I mean, if it's in your heart to move, I'm not gonna say just move to move, but you have to be in the vortex, you have to feel it, you have to know that this is where the universe is leading me, and if that is your space, then you should go for it, and you should live it wholeheartedly, put 100% into it.
And some of them even talked with much excitement about the projects they are planning to carry out in Africa. Great, isn't it? The Ghanaian government could now feel proud of actually being the first African nation to grant citizenship to its lost sheep and also granting them a permanent residency. Such actions should be emulated by other African nations in order to make Africa great again. Thanks for watching this video, and please do not hesitate to let us know your thoughts in the comment section. And before you go, please do well to subscribe to the channel and check out one of our best videos where we talk of the long-awaited East African Federation and how far it's gone.